r/ask Reddit. What do you proudly do wrong? I use my George Foreman grill upside down when making paninis so its weight can squish them harder. Edit. Wow. This little comment took a life of its own, didn't it? It's always the ones that you least expect to attract attention that blow up. Thanks for the golden surprise, courteous Samaritan. I finally got to take a peek inside the Gold Lounge. That may or may not exist. Okay, I get it. It's panini, not paninis. Learned something new today. I enjoy having breakfast in bed. I like waking up to the smell of bacon. Sue me. And since I don't have a butler, I have to do it myself. So, most nights before I go to bed, I will lay 6 strips of bacon out on my George Foreman grill. Then I go to sleep. When I wake up, I plug in the grill. I go back to sleep again. Then I wake up to the smell of crackling bacon. It is delicious. It's good for me. It's a perfect way to start the day. Edit. Okay, I get it. Use a timer. Everyone go tell Michael Scott. Today I woke up and stepped on the grill and it clamped down on my foot. I don't see what's so hard to believe about that. I like to use the phrase kill one bird with 2 stones. Make sure that bird is good and dead before you focus on any other birds. Rule number 2. Double tap. Rule 18. Limber up. Use the contraction it's out of context. Like if I'm looking for something and I find it there, it's Q. Who is responsible for this? A. There. Strictly speaking, that is a proper way to convey that message, is it not? Not really proudly, but I feel like this fits here. I intentionally suck at my job. I work in a store where we have a high focus on sales stats like items per customer / average sale, and I'm the best. I also work the most. As a result, we've been crushing the other stores in our area since we started up a few months ago. My boss recently ducked me out of some sick leave money and refused to remedy the situation. So I'm pretending like times are hard and he's panicking because our sales stats suck in the most important month of the year and we're the worst in our region because I was carrying everything and now I'm not anymore. It feels good. Stores already lost more money from me being average than he would have had to pay me to make me happy. Wonder if he'll catch on soon. Doesn't matter to me anyway. I'm hourly so I get the same pay anyway. Don't duck with your best employee. Lisa, if you don't like your job you don't strike. You just go in every day and do it really half-assed. That's the American way. Homer Simpson. I feel like the problem with my life up to this point is that I don't follow Homer's advice enough. I don't ask people for pieces of paper. I ask them for slices of paper. I can get behind this one. My man. I also don't want a piece of gum. I want a slice. When my kid was 2 and learning to talk, I taught him that a sheep says baa and a cow says moo and a horse says get off of me. I have no regrets. Edit. The kid is now 13 and he introduced me to Reddit and he's so jealous of all the upvotes. So thanks everybody. Edit 2. Thanks for the gold. Kind stranger. Edit 3. Educational remarks about the word jealous. We do know the difference between envious and jealous. Jealous is the word my kid used when remarking about this post, because generally, 13-year-old American kids don't say I'm so envious. Our toddler is starting to request movies by name. Mona is Moana, Woof Woof is Secret Life of Pets, Bun is the Bunny and Zootopia, etc. Recently she started saying bub bub as we scrolled through, and it took me a few days to realize I taught her that fish make bubbles, and she had seen fish in the thumbnail for Finding Dory. It's pretty funny how they associate words to things and how they just stick. I'm constantly having my 4-year-old translate what my 5-year-old is saying. Not me, my husband. He spells wrong as wrong. His reasoning? If I spelled it right, it wouldn't be wrong. Edit. I'm reading most of these responses to my husband. He says it's wrong that I'm using him for internet popularity, but he appreciates everyone who agrees with him. Also, because this blew up, have a couple pictures. My favorite one of my husband and one of the most recent batch of chocolate covered peanut butter balls. For those of you who were part of that response chain. Open bracket. Pictures removed. They were up long enough. Edit 2. My husband has requested I make this edit in order to let you all know he says it's over 9,000. I'm sorry he is still holding on to dead memes. Edit 3. He's not a dad. We have no children and don't plan to change that. There is no excuse. Makes sense. But if it's wrong, not wrong, he said, and only wrongs belong, then wrong is wrongly wrong instead, and that, he said, is wrong. It's clearly, mainly plain to see, that wrongs are wrong sight, and wrong is wrong. It seems to me, and wrong, he said, is right. So let's agree. He stood to say, exasperated wife, if wrong is wrong, and wrong is the way, then I'll be wrong. For life. When I was a kid, I was confused, so instead of Buenos dias, good morning, I'd say Menos dias, fewer days, because it sounded pretty similar and, well, it was technically true. I still do this every morning with my family because my mum hates it for being too depressing. Edit, grammatical error. It's like a constant reminder that as each day passes, we are all closer to death. You're older than you've ever been, and now you're even older, and now you're even older, and now you're even older. I use pictures, descriptions, and sometimes even accounts of football games without the NFL's consent. Hey, did you see Gronk's dirty hit? That wah is arrested for sharing an account of the game. I once ran a ship in international waters that rebroadcast MLB games with implied oral consent, not express written consent. I don't. Please listen to the entire message before making your selection. Double quote. I keep pressing 0 until a human comes on the line. Where I work, our help desk has a message that says if password reset is the reason for your call, listen carefully to the following options and select option 5. Ooh yeah, if you think I'm listening to all 9 options before mashing the 5 key, you're sorely mistaken. That sounds like a compromise between management and support team. Most of the time people call us for password resets, so let's just tell them to press 5 for that and then they can listen to other options if they need it. Management. No, people won't listen carefully to the options if we do that. I say we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Nice mixing of metaphors. Cross that bridge, burn your bridges. It has mouth appeal and makes only about 25% of the folks listening go, what did you say? I say I've got an ace up my whole edit. Thanks for the gold kind Redditor. You can lead a horse to water, but don't look it in the mouth. Non-traditional food for breakfast. Look, if I have leftover nachos then I am having leftover nachos for breakfast. Edit. God damn it. First, it doesn't have to be nachos. Nachos is just a placeholder for any non-traditional breakfast food. Many of you cleverly deduced this on your own, though. And secondly, if you make homemade nachos then everything but the chips is leftover. The chips can be fresh for leftover nachos, but I am not opposed to eating cold leftover nachos with soggy chips either because I am an adult and I'll eat whatever the duck I want. Mom. Sorry, that was 100% inappropriate. Edit number 2. Secondly, anything is breakfast if you eat it for the first meal of the day, TBF. I noticed there's a difference in definitions of meals between me and other people I know. For me, meals are set by times, not order in which you eat. However, I know many people that think the exact opposite. For me, for instance, if I don't eat between when I wake up and, say, 11 AM, then I've skipped breakfast and the next meal I have is unquestionably lunch. AP guidelines say don't use the Oxford comma. I made a point to use it all the time when I wrote for the school paper. Screw the AP. Commas save lives. Edit. To be clear, in this case, AP stands for Associated Press, not advanced placement like the AP courses. The Oxford comma is amazing. All it does is provide clarity. I don't know why AP would be against that. Edit. Since people are seeing and responding in similar ways, I'll acknowledge where there are cases that make it seem unclear. But honestly, even without it, the ordering of the sentence makes it seem unclear to me. Also, printing presses, I guess. There was a case I studied in my business law class about a mother passing and leaving her money to her 3 kids equally. It was worded something like, I'll leave my money to be split equally among my kids Beth, Mark and Joe. Since there was no comma between Mark and Joe, the court awarded Beth 50% and Mark and Joe 25% each. I'm a little hazy on the details, but this was a real case. When accompanying the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, on the piano, I deliberately transposed the key down to make the vocal range more comfortable and high notes more possible. for the majority of singers. Didn't Adam Neely do a video about this? And how the American national anthem has a range that's slightly larger than most untrained singers, an octave and a half or something, and 2 high notes, making it generally very awkward? That's almost as good as the Scottish national anthem. It contains a note that can't actually be played on the bagpipes, our national instrument. Edit. I didn't realize that Flower of Scotland isn't our official national anthem. I think a lot of people consider it to be. But hey, today I learned. I get in my car head first instead of putting my feet in first. Everyone makes fun of me for it, but it seems right to me. And now I'm imagining someone dolphin diving into their car. Edit. Someone's gone and thoroughly broken my gold hymen. My humblest thanks and felicitations, amicable anonymous fellow. I've done that to impress a girl. It was through a half-open window. I now understand why men live shorter lives than women. When people sneeze, I tell them congratulations instead of bless you. Everyone I tell does a double take and asks me why. I had a professor in college who said it, and I asked him why. He told me that in ancient Rome people would say congratulations to a sneeze because they believed you were ejecting a disease from your body. IDK if that's true or not, but it's fun to say. I say bless you when people burp. Then when someone says but I didn't sneeze, I burped, you can tell them you're a crossblesser. Apparently tie my shoes. I had no idea until my sew pointed it out. I use 2 bunny ears and tie them together. I tried doing it the other way but it's just not as easy. I would really have to go out of my way to relearn how to tie my shoes and I don't feel like doing that. So I just own it now. The one thing that is annoying about my method is that it causes the laces to sit more diagonally and not straight across. Oh well. Edit. Glad to see I'm not alone. Edit 2. Tried the ear knot. Not going great. Will update if I get it down. Update. I got the ear knot down. Just had to slow it down to see what was happening. Edit 3. First time getting gold, so that's really exciting. Thank you. I'm 44 years old and still do this. Mum says as a kid I couldn't learn the other way that people do it, so she taught me this way. I didn't even know I was doing anything wrong until someone pointed it out to me in high school. You can still make the bunny ears lie straight across. It is like tying a square knot. You have to make sure that you get the ears crossed opposite the way you crossed the laces the first time. www.kidspot.com /school stuff for school supplies. Teach your child to tie shoelaces. News story. C3FFF04 car 27AE25FF6D 189,610,644 C7B. I put cans and jars on the top shelf so my sew can't reach them. That way I get to both take them down and open them for her. It makes me appear more manly than I really am. I can't tell if this is adorable or psychopathic. Psychopatherable. Walk into a Starbucks and order a large. Edit. What the shit? A Reddit gold. Thanks peeps. From the criminally underrated film Role Models. Paul Rudd. Can I get a large black coffee? Barista. You mean a venti? No. I mean large. Venti is large. No. Venti is 20. Large is large. In fact, tall is large. Grand is Spanish for large. Venti is Italian. It's the only one that doesn't mean large. Congratulations. You're stupid in 3 languages. That movie is where I learned venti means 20. Sizes made a little more sense after that. I write the letter S from the bottom upward. You need to be professionally evaluated. I was going to go with some variation of that is ducked up, and it's the first thing in this thread I thought was really weird, but you summed it up perfectly. I called my ex, who is a teacher, and she has maybe noticed this in 10 people over 12 years of teaching. She estimates that she's taught 1,100 kids over that time. Can someone else do the maths comparing that to psychopathy? E2. Proof that op is a psychopath. https://www.reddit.com/ascritic comments/7i6 is 1dqx1rvx. I drink water into my mouth before taking a pill. I'll never understand how the vast majority of people are okay putting a dry pill into their mouth. It tastes terrible and sticks to your tongue. Some of us right-hard bastards don't even take water with our pills. Just swallow them down like a madman. Edit. My poor inbox has taken a battering. I know it can burn your throat if it gets stuck. I'm good with that risk. I'm a well-watered fella. Monster. Instead of pouring my microwave popcorn out of the bag and into a bowl, I cut off the side of the bag. This way I can put my hand in the bag without getting a buttery mess. But also I don't have to dirty a bowl. This actually seems pretty smart. Haven't you heard of pop-up bowls? http://farm4 static/5,345/5,763,193,842 car 870 JPG. They literally did this because of people like you. I hate pop-up bowls. Lol, maybe only Orville Redenbacher's does this. They make good popcorn. My parents have these decorative blocks that spell no. You know, 'tis the season and all. Anytime during the holidays when we visit, my brother or I will rearrange them to spell Leon. So there's just a wonderful Christmas tradition of holiday cheer and family and food and this dude named Leon. Edit. This is by far my favorite subtle, low effort Christmas tradition and I am beyond thrilled that so many of you do the same thing. Second edit. I have blocks that spell out Merry Christmas, but they always get rearranged. Did you know that you can spell Mr. Creamy Shirts out of Merry Christmas and only have one R left over? Mr. Creamy Shirts. I'm an editor in the US. When I'm not at work, I use the spelling gray. It suits the color's personality better. Screw you. Webster. Edit. Holy shit. Never knew so many others were this kind of nerdy. Love it. Same. All of my phones eventually learn to never correct it. The E just seems smoother. I don't have a better word choice than that. I like to use the phrase tomato in text form, and also pronounce them the same verbally. I say tomato, potato, pronounced opposite ways. Really gets under people's skin for some reason. I prefer potato, but you know what they say. I'll eat cereal without any milk. The first few times, it was just because my so was out of milk. Now, I do it because she finds it genuinely perplexing. Edit. So begins the great cereal debate of 2017. RIP inbox. I've been eating cereal without milk since I was a kid and I just can't switch over to putting milk in my cereal. I don't like the cold soggy texture. I say you only YOLO once. I stole it from Workaholics and it makes people angry when I say it. RIP in peace. My boyfriend starts showers wrong. He says his mom taught him to get in the tub, turn the water on where it's running through the bath faucet, wait for it to get hot, then pull the knob that makes it go through the shower head. So every time I hear him curse because it's cold water hitting his feet, I asked why he doesn't just turn the water on, pull the knob so it heats up through the shower head, then get in when it's an adequate temperature, like my mom taught me and how I feel the right ways. But he continues to curse at cold water every morning. You're both wrong. You turn the faucet on, get the temp you want, pull the knob, then get in the shower. I made my username when I was around 7 years old. It was supposed to be Aunt Pearl, but since I was 7 I spelled it wrong. And now if I spell it right it's just not me anymore. So I spell it wrong on purpose with all the accounts I create. Sort of adorable. I like wearing mismatched socks. Duck the system. Edit. Apparently, a lot of people just go by thickness, and many more have discovered the ultimate sock secret and are wearing them inside out. r/first world anarchists. Wear yoga pants under my jeans. Guys aren't supposed to wear yoga pants. Don't care. I want something under my jeans on a cold day. Edit. Change the word. So effectively. Tight long johns? Yeah, I like how the material doesn't bunch up around the groin and hips like long johns can. I like to think I've got pretty decent grammar skills, but I consciously end sentences with prepositions all the time. From formal emails to executives at my company to shitposting on Reddit, you can bet I'll find a preposition to end a sentence with. End sentences with prepositions all the time. Well, this is the sort of butchery of the English language up with which I will not put. It's actually never been wrong to do this. You can't do it in Latin and some people mistakenly applied that rule to English. The incorrect rule was then taught for decades. Here's a more thorough explanation. https://www.merriam-webster.com words at play prepositions ending a sentence with. I rarely do up my shoelaces. I just slip them on and tighten up my laces every once in a while. I only tie my laces once right after I buy a pair of shoes. Who has time to tie them every day? Open bracket. Boots and nicer shoes exempt. Just sneakers. I let my coffee cool down to room temperature before I drink it. I can't drink hot liquids. My mom would put an ice cube in coffee or soups. Drives my dad insane. I don't know if this counts, but a lot of people have commented on how weird it is that I absolutely cannot drink throughout my meal, but that I have to completely finish my food first before drinking. This whole thread is just a bunch of r/madloads. I like to use the word technically in unnecessary situations. I own a brown couch, so I'll say technically my couch is brown. I love using approximately for definite things. I have approximately 2 eyes. I eat burgers and sandwiches in a circular pattern. Get the overly bready part out of the way so the remaining 75% of the burger or sandwich has a proper, enjoyable bread-meat ratio. My week starts on Mondays. I don't care what any calendar says. Pronounce iPhone 10 as iPhone X. If you wanted me to pronounce it as 10, you should have used 10, not X. I have never heard someone say iPhone 10 instead of iPhone 10. In fact, I completely forgot that the X stands for 10. Dry off while I'm still in the shower. Why am I going to get anything else wet for no reason? I didn't know people got out before drying off. My boyfriend's roommate does it and gets the whole floor soaking wet, which then gives me wet socks. I always just assumed he was dumb. I like to misspell words when I'm texting my close friends. It started out as a joke that I couldn't spell, and now I do it on purpose to piss them off. I eat pizza from crust to front. Had this habit since I can remember. Whenever I eat, I save the best for last and eat my least favorite part first. With pizza, I like the crust the least. WTF. This sounds like something a lunatic would do. Apparently it's wrong to always put my emergency brake on every time I park. I will never stop at it, due to the controversy this has created. I was taught you always use your emergency brake, but nearly everyone I meet tells me the opposite. Maybe I was right the whole time. Since it's actually a parking brake and not an emergency brake, I don't see how you're wrong. You're actually doing it right. Yeah, it's not called an emergency brake if you have a manual or live outside the US. It's just called a handbrake. I put sugar and cream in my coffee cup before I pour in my coffee. That way I don't have to stir anything. Where I live, we have a bit of an accent where most people don't enunciate the T in certain words. For example, mountain would sound like mountain. My boyfriend's not from here and it drives him crazy when I don't enunciate my T's. But pronouncing the word correctly feels so wrong, lol edit. Yeah, I found my fellow Utahans on Reddit for the first time. Lol edit 2. Fixed spelling. My browser window is not always fully maximized. I leave a small space on the left that shows a little bit of the desktop background. My friends think it's weird, but I don't care. It is weird, you freak. I'm not generally into shaming, but this dude needs to be shunned from society ASAP. I peel bananas from the butt end because it's just easier to grab onto. No, that's the right way. Apes do that. I never take advice from apes, so why the duck would I peel a banana like one? I don't care what direction the toilet paper roll is facing, as long as there is toilet paper. People have angrily confronted me over this. Edit. It's still just paper to wipe your butt. Edit 2. Cats. When I eat Pop-Tarts, I always eat the sides first, then the top bottom edges before eating the center with all the icing. I pretty much do the same thing with sandwiches and Kit Kats, but people are usually shocked I eat the worst part of the Pop-Tart first when it's actually my favorite. Spell damn it. The correct spelling is damn it for some reason. It makes no sense at all, and sounds like something an 1849 gold miner might toothlessly gum at a barren rock face in frustration after coming up dry for the 100th time. When I say damn it, I'm saying damn this thing, like it's a curse, not I want to block the flow of water here. Damn it. I say, it's not rocket surgery. I'm not a funny man. According to the girlfriend, The way I wash my cast iron. No, babe, you don't use soap. I don't care what your mother from Texas says. Ab says no. I don't do it too regularly now, but when I have ice cream at home, I like to put a bunch of it in a bowl and then just stir it up. Just keep stirring and stirring until it's really smooth and a little melty, and it is absolutely amazing. If I don't do that, I put my ice cream in a mug and then add milk. I love ice cream and milk. Edit. My brother and sisters have spoken. It seems like I'm not as wrong as I thought. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.